Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining me for this February 2024 studio vlog. I have some new originals ready to release, so I thought I'd take some time to record a little footage of what's been going on in the studio recently, as well as share about a few things happening this month. I've been continuing to paint on paper, which I'm really enjoying, and I've done a few experiments this month to learn how to mount those paper paintings onto cradled wood panel. So I'm excited about that, and I'll show you a little later on how that turned out. I've also been participating in a few online classes that started this month, and they have me doing a lot of work in my sketchbooks, which is really nice because one of the things I want to try and do this year is really work on having a daily sketchbook practice. And so that's what I'm going to share with you first in this video blog, my daily sketch for February 12th, 2024. And I'm just sitting at my desk here, pulling out all of my various drawing materials and just getting down to work. Usually when I'm doing these sketches, I'm trying to prioritize time and just be really quick about how I make decisions, not overthink things too much. It's just about enjoying the materials, enjoying the various reference materials that I have set out, and seeing where they take me. So here I'm using some water-based markers. These markers are kind of fun. They're called Tombow markers, and they have a brush end and a fine tip end. So they can be really fun for making different kinds of marks. And they're great for layering with pencil crayons and other types of drawing materials, which I will do later on in this drawing. As I progress through this sketch, you might notice that I go back and forth between drawing various shapes of leaves and plants and mapping out the different spaces in the landscape, and then also looking at the shadows and the spaces in between. So that's what I've been doing here. Putting in some darker shapes for shadows. And when I paint and sketch, this is what I tend to do. I go back and forth between depicting the subjects themselves and depicting the spaces between the subjects. So at this point in the sketch, I've probably spent about 10 minutes so far working. And that's pretty typical of sketchbook work for me. I try to do it really quickly, not spend any more than, say, 20 minutes to half an hour on a sketch, if that. And this is about the point in the drawing where I've decided I've had enough. I'm adding the date to the top and going to move on to something else. I decided, since I had more time to sketch this day, that I would work on some thumbnail sketches, which are just basically mini sketches. So I've traced out some frames here, just using an old business card. And one of the things I've been thinking about exploring lately are some studies that are really concentrating on saturated color. And so, yeah, that's what these little thumbnail sketches are about. Just using my pencil crayons and markers to explore how I can combine different colors in maybe some possible future paintings. I found myself really loving the pinks in these little sketches, and that's not really a surprise. There tends to be pink in just about every painting and sketch that I do, I think. And I'm often drawn to the really vibrant pinks and even neon pinks. As I mentioned earlier, I've been doing some online classes, so lots of what we've been doing is swatching color. One of them's a color class and one of them's a sketchbook class. So here's a glimpse at some of the things that have been going on in my sketchbooks. I even made myself a big painting sketchbook, which I'm really quite enjoying. I've got 3 finished painted sketches done so far in this big new sketchbook, and I'm excited to keep going. Here's one I started yesterday. I've made the pages out of all different kinds of painting paper and drawing paper that I've prepped beforehand with gesso, so it's ready to paint on, and I tore the pages to size and stitched them together. I really love it. Now, time to show you the new paintings that I have to offer this month. I've got 5 new paintings, actually 6. One I'm not showing here because it's about to arrive in the mail here any day. It was away on exhibition, but it's coming back to my studio. These are all on paper, which tends to be my surface of choice these days. I just really love painting on paper. And here's the piece that I successfully mounted to cradled panel. I'm really excited about this one. I think it's a great way to hang a paper painting without having to frame it. And here are a few of the paintings underway in my studio currently. More landscapes, of course, more color. This smaller one is actually on cradled wood panel, and the other 2 are paper. Now I'll take the opportunity to share with you a couple of paintings that will be included in an artwork.ca exhibition coming up here on the 15th called The Big One, featuring large paintings. So these 2 paintings of mine will be in that exhibition, and you can check that out at artwork.ca. Earlier this month, I finished up a bunch of little tiny paintings on panel, and these I sent off to Nakata Gallery in New Hampshire. They're having a show beginning March 1st called the Enormous Tiny Art Show, and I'm really thrilled to be included. I love this gallery, and I love a lot of the artists they represent, so this is an exciting thing for me. Painting these was a great reminder of how nice it can be to just settle in with a small painting. Since the surface is so small, every mark I make seems that much bigger, which is an exciting way to paint. And these little tondos are kind of fun too. It's always nice to have a round surface. It can be a bit of a challenge compositionally. So yeah, these were really fun. I enjoyed making them. And that's a wrap. Thank you for watching my February studio vlog.